Yo, what's poppin', boys and girls? Welcome back to Healthy Don't Hurt. It's the coolest YouTube channel on this platform. Hopefully, you guys are doing pretty groovy. Yeah, man. So the average income here in America is like no joke, $75,000, and it's just kind of mind blowing to me, bro. That like this is our now, like this is our future, fam. Like I cannot believe inflation has rose this much. How do you guys feel about this? I want to know what your thoughts are here in the comment section below. We're going to go over my solution as well. We're going to go over like what my solution is for this because I feel like a lot of people, in the media, in the news included, they like to talk about it. They like to talk about it. They like to talk about the negatives, how bad it is, how people are suffering. However, they never talk about the solution. I just think it's quite interesting that they always leave that part out. So we're gonna make sure that we cover, how things are going right now. We're gonna cover, what you can do to like become middle class or try to. I'll cover what I'm doing, and I always recommend, my own tactics that I myself have used. I try not to, um, I try not to include, stuff that I don't use or things that I can't back up. So, and if anybody thinks what I'm saying is inaccurate, if you get a problem with it, you could shove it. No, I'm joking. If you get a problem with it and you think you got something better, bro, say something. Or lady, whatever, whoever you are, he, she, z, zer, zim. If you got a better idea, please share and help others because that's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, so yeah, man, as you guys can see, like the range for middle class is between 75 to 100K, which is like wild. The average income is pretty low as well. We're gonna look this up on ChatGPT. Now, I love ChatGPT. Um, I know everyone's like afraid of AI, and AI gets a bad rap. AI can be extremely helpful, and I myself, I use it quite often. So for just basic information, so we'll see what's the average. A little bit of ASMR for you guys. You guys can hear me typing. Average income in America. And so when they say like the when they say that the middle class is shrinking, this is what they mean here, guys. So it says as of my last update in January 22, the median household income of the United States was around $68,700 annually. So that's per household. That means multiple humans in a home put together, they're making $68,700. Now, guys, I'm very, very close to this, and I don't have a college degree, so that is absolutely wild. And if you guys are like, oh, well, how did you make that happen? Stay tuned and keep listening because I'm gonna show you guys how I did it. And if, like I said, if you got something better to say, because everyone's always got something to say something, share, add links. Help somebody out. Anyway, so we're gonna move forward. So it says for individual income, the median personal income in the United States was approximately $35,977 per year. Guys, that is not a lot. That is not a lot. How much is 35K per hour? How much is 35K per hour? 35K per hour. I love how she breaks down her work and everything. ChatGPT goes hard. Like for real, if you guys aren't using this, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, so we're looking at $16.83 per hour. I'm gonna be real with you. If I made this amount per hour, man, we might be out in the streets, fam. I ain't gonna lie to you. The way my bills are set up, the way my bills are set up right now, I gotta make at least 23, and even at 22, 23, my chin is. I'm not under, but my chin is definitely bobbing like underneath the water a little bit. Sad but true. It's unfortunate. But it is what it is, man. It's the life of being a parent. Bills are expensive. But yeah, so that's the average income. It's $16.83 per hour. Now I can get a monkey at least $20 an hour, like no joke. And if you guys got questions on how to get close or how to make more, watch the video. If you still don't get it, leave a comment. I actually enjoy doing this type of content because I don't know, the job market interests me. I've been pretty obsessed with inflation. I have grown a pretty solid interest um, in the election because there's going to be a lot of money involved and a lot of money being exchanged, and both between communities as far as cities go, but on the federal level, as a nation and even internationally. So this is why this stuff interests me so much, because when money's involved, I am all ears when it's all about a dollar. But so you guys can see, the average income is 35K per year. The $16.83 per hour. Now let's go over like how, because you guys know what the problem is. The problem is that 75K is the middle class, is the average income for you to be considered middle class. Now, how can you get there, right? Especially if you don't have a college education. Even if you do have a college education and you still can't get a job, you can still learn skills and to get the job, and then you can leverage your degree to make even more money. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about like just my favorite job boards, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've had different types of jobs. I've had more jobs than anybody I know, and I've had the most job growth than anybody I know. And really, the key to it is just knowing where to go, knowing what to learn, and then selling yourself, because that's all you're doing in the job interview is just selling yourself. So we're gonna hop off of GPT. We'll come back to Chat GPT and why it's so important. But these are the big three for job boards. I'm gonna go over why. My favorite three job boards for you to make more than $16.83, right? Because this is the average salary, and there's nothing wrong with making an honest day's living, but growth is so critical. Like it's not even funny. So the big three for you to make more than the average income is Glassdoor. So this is the Glassdoor website. Indeed.com, right? Another job board. And then LinkedIn. Now this is not in sequential order. LinkedIn is number one in sequential order. Glassdoor is number two. And then Indeed goes last. And we're going to go over why each one is last. So Glassdoor is dope because you can see what you're about to get into as far as the company's concerned, because they have company reviews on here. So you guys can see this has a 4-star rating. This is Great Lakes Power VAC. This is just an example so you guys can see. So so you guys can see this is rated 4 out of 5 stars. Let's see, their diversity and inclusion is 3 stars. I'm trying to see if I can get it all laid out. I do apologize. Give me one moment. I'm trying to get a review, a breakdown, because they do break down their benefits, their pay, and their quality of life. So these are like strictly reviews that are made by the former employers or employees. Sorry about that. Oh, you guys stink. You guys are forcing me to do this. I do not. Let me take a look. There's got to be a way around this. Sorry about the choppiness here, guys. Aha, here we are. Here we are. This is what I was looking for. So this is a company rating. So you guys can see the company is called Now CFO. So Glassdoor is important. It's called Glassdoor because, you can see through a glass door. So you're looking into the companies to see what they're like. So you can see this is a 3.9 out of 5 stars. Their career opportunities are ranked number 1 overall besides work and life balance. And yeah, this seems to be like a solid company. So you can see how if they approve of their CEO, and you can also see if they are recommended to a friend. And then so you can actually see independent reviews. You can see independent reviews on here as well. I don't think it's going to allow for me to see it, but this is just an example. So this person was a controller. So they had the pros, they had the cons for this position. A lot of times they'll have the pay salary as well. You can see what the range is. So this is a controller consultant. They're making $110 to $150 an hour. So you can see how much they normally pay. like what the median is, and then this is a review that was left by somebody that had this job. So this is dope, right? This is helpful because there's nothing worse than like starting a job and you hate it, and you're like, man, if only I would have known that this company was like this before I started. So now and you can see how many people are leaving reviews on here. So it's not just like one or two; it's like 200 or 300. So this is it's very helpful. So Glassdoor is great. Me personally, I've gotten a few interviews, but I've never gotten hired on Glassdoor. For some reason, their responsiveness, which guys, I'm going to be honest with you, you can have some issues with employers responding on all three platforms. Their responsiveness is kind of eh. They're a little bit more responsive on LinkedIn, which we'll cover here shortly. But I can't make this clear enough. Um, regardless of what job board you go with, like let's say for example you apply for this controller consulting position, you need to be applying on the website, right? Because when you sign in and create a profile, you could upload your resume, your cover letter, everything, and they have easy apply too. So this means all I have to do is click this button and everything autofills. Even though you're doing easy apply or regular applying where you have to manually put it in, and if you put it in manually, make sure you have autofill through your web browser so you don't have to manually put it in every single time. Like you want to use the autofill through the browser, uh, consistently. First and last name, address, where you went to school. Put as much information into the autofill in the browser as you can. But in addition to you applying on all of these job boards, which we're going to get to Indeed.com and LinkedIn here shortly, you want to make sure, I can't say this clear enough, you want to make sure that you also apply on the company website. That way the recruiter or the hiring manager stares at your name and you stick out. Because if they see you twice, there's probably a higher chance of them at least giving you a deeper look or just pushing you into the consideration pile. You would be shocked. You would be shocked. It does make a difference. I would put my money on it. Okay, so we're going to move over to Indeed.com. Now, Indeed.com, bro, it sucks. I'm going to be real with you. Like, some people have good luck. Other people, I'm just not one of those people that are successful on Indeed.com. Also, the highest job I was able to get on this website was only about $22 an hour, which sounds like a lot. Might sound like a lot to some people watching this, but like it really wasn't compared to me working LinkedIn. Once I jumped on LinkedIn, it changed everything. But I can try a lot less and get a lot higher pay on LinkedIn compared to Indeed. Now, I work in a lot of corporate work environments, so if you work in a trade or some form of construction, you'll probably be a lot better off. One thing that's pretty good about Indeed and also even Glassdoor right here is that they don't have, as you can see, they have no advertisements. There's no posting like how LinkedIn is. It's just clear. It's just jobs. You apply to the jobs. You see the description. You see, you see the skills, what's required, the type of job it is, what the benefits are, what the description is, responsibilities, planning, and educational experience and qualifications. They get straight to the point, right? LinkedIn is like just a cesspool of just it's like Facebook for real, bro. It's like Facebook. Like once you create a profile, your feed, you will have like a for you feed in here, and it will just be flooded with like other companies, like what they're doing, what changes they're making, new marketing rollouts. Like your feed won't be as clear as this unless they change the setting. They might have changed the setting, so I'll backtrack and say I'm sure there's a setting on the website so you can separate it. But I just know on my LinkedIn app, it is awful. Maybe the website's a little bit different. I use the app more, so I kind of put my foot in my mouth on this one. But anyway, moving on. Regardless, I still like LinkedIn. I still like LinkedIn over Indeed. Simply because I work in corporate America. I don't work in like construction or whatever. I'm not in the trade. So for some reason, LinkedIn it just works, bro. Like LinkedIn just works. I think the reason why it works so smoothly is because they can kind of vet you deeper. Because as you can see, these are people's profiles. So like they have a face to your name that's also tied to your application. So now they can see who you worked with. They can see the company. They can see that the company's real. The employees you worked with are real. They can look up your references that you listed on your website. So this just helps further validate you before they pick up the phone. So this is why I like LinkedIn. Companies also use this as far as like their recruiting, like and for hiring. They use this and they for research and for hiring more than any other platform. So just because they're posting, it doesn't mean that like they're consistently on it. Like for branding, for marketing, for recruiting, like for everything, because they are also recruiting and marketing on the job market because they want people to look at their company and be like, hey, look at this, look what we're doing over here. So many opportunities. We're inclusive. We're diverse. All that good crap. People are getting promoted. You could be Z's or Zim. You could do whatever you want to do. You could do whatever you want to do. So people will see that on LinkedIn, and they'll be like, hey, this is all right. It helps people feel good about your company, and that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to feel good. Everybody wants to feel good at work. I have to plug my computer in, so I'll be right back. Sorry about this, guys. Gotta stop cooking. How you know you're getting old? You making noises sitting down. That's how old people be when they sit down. They be like, ah. I'm an idiot. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's get back to cooking, shall we? Okay, so back to talking about companies on LinkedIn and them using LinkedIn. So companies use these websites a lot just for their own presence. They want to be present on this platform. They want people looking at them. They want to sell themselves, not only to like potential employees but to potential customers as well. But so that's why it's important. And like on the company websites, like I always tell you guys, if you apply on Glassdoor, if you apply on Indeed.com, or if you apply on LinkedIn, you need to make sure that you're applying on the company website. I cannot stress this enough. You need to be applying in both places because if they miss you on LinkedIn, they won't miss you on the company website. So yeah, and also in addition to this, on all of the company websites, you can add a link. You can add a URL link on the company website. This link directly to your LinkedIn. So now this helps further validate you. But yeah, so this is just what has got to be done if you want, if you want to be in middle class, bro. Like if you want to make more than the average income of $35,000, which is $16.83 an hour. This is how it's done. This is how I did it. It's quite effective. I feel like I can teach a monkey how to do this. But yeah, all three of these platforms you can create a profile. Right now, Glassdoor and LinkedIn they allow you to add your picture. Indeed does not. Right. For me personally, in corporate work environments, I have had more success on LinkedIn. And then I've had some pretty good success on Glassdoor, and then lastly is Indeed. Now, guys, when I just want to talk about like like the approach before we get into the Reddit and chat using Reddit and Chat GPT as a resource because these two resources are very powerful for learning and for groups and just for life in general. But yeah, so I just want to get into like how many applications it's going to take, and just like the mindset behind this because a lot of people want to make more money, and a lot of people get frustrated, which I understand. So especially if you're trying to work remote, you guys have got to know that you're not the only person trying to work remote. There are tons of people. You're competing with people in the entire nation for one job. So I would say make sure that you're applying to at least a couple hundred. Yes, a couple hundred, because a couple dozen is not going to cut it when it comes to working remote. You're going to get told no. You're going to have a lot of Zoom interviews. You're going to have a lot of recruiters calling you. You're going to have recruiters call you and waste your time. You've got to have good endurance with this, because you only need one yes, right? And there's going to be tons of no's. But if you want, paid PTO, paid time off, vacation time, sick time. If you want FMLA, that means if you're stressed out, you could just take a break from work, paid. Full salary, benefits will be included. Um, if you have a child, you can like at my job, I can take off 3 4 months off of work, fully paid. In order for you to do that, you have got to compete for these jobs. They're higher paying, the benefits are better, so of course you're gonna have to go harder. You're gonna have to do a couple hundred job applications. You're gonna have to do several dozen interviews. It's gonna be exhausting, but once you get that yes and you sign that offer letter, you're good, right? And if you do ever get an offer letter, always counter, always ask for extra money for every job that you get. Even if you've never made this type of money before, you asking, it'll at least give you the opportunity of having the chance for them to say yes. If you don't ask, they'll never give it to you, because their goal as a company is to pay as least amount of money as possible to you. That's how they keep the profit high. You pay the workers low, you try to push the product or the service as high as possible before you run the customers away. But yeah, okay. So we've gone behind the mindset. We've talked about easy apply. We've talked on each individual platform, because they have easy apply. And easy apply on LinkedIn, it just says easy apply instead of just apply. Let's see, what does easy apply look like on here? Easy apply, right? That means you one click of a button, the whole application's filled out. And they also have other jobs on here for where easy apply is available. Now, we're going to get into Reddit. Now, Reddit is a good group, guys, for skills and if you need to stop drinking. You know what I'm saying? You guys caught me. Now, for real, though, your boy was cracking beers like it was my day job. I had to chill with that, and that was like a nice supportive group for me to be in. Let's take a look and see. Bear with me. Take a look. We just gonna get rid of that here. Sorry about that, guys. Give me one moment here. Excel. And so here you are actually able to join any group of any subject or any topic that you might ever have. Here, for example, you can look and see what on ChatGPT. You can see what software is used in corporate office jobs. So this way you can add this to your resume or to your cover letter. So this is ChatGPT. You can literally ask ChatGPT anything that you want, and it's helpful, man. Like, why would you not use something that's going to help you? So I asked ChatGPT what software is used in corporate office jobs. It says Microsoft Office Suite. So it says Microsoft Office. It includes Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, which I've used all of these at my job. And let's see, email. You can see what type of emails they use. And yeah, so it's pretty much just gives you a solid idea of what you need to learn, and to be a well-rounded, office worker, bro. Like, and at least if you have, and Microsoft Excel is definitely the big one. Like, Microsoft Excel is used by a lot of companies. And yeah, it's literally just figuring out what you need to learn for each job, and then just doing research in Reddit, doing research on ChatGPT. This allows for you to add it to your resume. A lot of people complain about not knowing where to go. It's free, bro. Like, a lot of this stuff is completely free online. And this is the Excel group, a Reddit group right here. This is the Excel Reddit group right here, so you can see commonly asked questions. One of my favorite things about this is, let me take a look. Core concepts. So it's the FAQ. It's called frequently asked questions. So here you are able to see what what the basics are, different type of vocabulary, how to approach to learning, how to approach learning this stuff. What's a spreadsheet made out of? Because that's all Excel is. It's a spreadsheet, right? It's for storing and containing data. Formulas and functions. Formulas. This is exactly what I did in order for me to survive my office job, guys. A note on order of operations if you're rusty on your algebra. Like, it really gives you a solid breakdown. The different data types that could be used in Excel. Dates and times, navigation and keyboard shortcuts. Like, this is literally the game, bro. Like, people went to college for 4 years to learn how to build, alter, and modify Excel spreadsheets, which there's nothing wrong with doing that. I just didn't have to, right? Because I have this. I don't got to pay 80 racks. I got Reddit. I got YouTube. I got ChatGPT. So, let me take a look. What else they got in here? And then you could post, like, let's say you create a Reddit account and you have a question, right? You're like, I need to get some answers. You can join it, and then you can actually ask them a question, and they'll answer it. They'll totally answer your question. You just hit create post. You have to create an account, like I said, but you hit create post. You put in your question in the title, and then in the description, you just ask your detailed question about Microsoft Excel, and this is how you can make some money at a job that requires Microsoft Excel, which all office jobs require Microsoft Excel. So I put in the ChatGPT, what software is used in corporate office jobs, right? Because that's where, if y'all want to work in a chair, if you don't want to be a construction worker, you have to figure out what the companies are using, right? So they're also using tools like CRM and Salesforce. So you could look up, there's probably a Salesforce group. So guys, it's all about being resourceful, right? So if you don't have a college education, and unfortunately people in the black community like to cry racism and oppression. Like, if you really don't have a place where you can learn this stuff because your parents are this and your parents are that and your community's this and your community's that, you can look onto Reddit to learn. You can also look up videos on YouTube. This is all free. This stuff don't cost you a dime. But yeah, so this is Salesforce, right? So you go down to frequently asked questions. Let's find it real quick. Hopefully this is helping, man. Hopefully this is helping. So this is just my strategy. I do this for everything. Guys. It's not even, in 2024, it's not even so much what you know, because not everyone is going to know everything. It's, do you know where to find the answer? And can you get the job done once you figure out where to get the answer? Can you find the answer? Like, these are all important questions. Maybe they don't have a FAQ. Salesforce. Come on, guys. You guys killing me. Salesforce careers. Maybe. Do they have an FAQ? Salesforce. I'm just teaching you guys like how I approach to just learning stuff. Like, I've heard of Salesforce, but I've never really dove deep into it. Like, to be real with you. All right, let's see. Salesforce. Where can I learn Salesforce? This is just an example. Salesforce for free. And it'll tell you, bro. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay, so YouTube, documentation at Trailhead modules. Not sure, we've never heard of that before. I guess it's Trailhead. Oh, okay. Salesforce offers its own free learning platform called Trailhead. It provides interactive, hands-on tutorials and modules for learning Salesforce from beginner to advanced, and it's completely free. So if I just go into Google real quick, and this is what I mean when I say I Trailhead Salesforce. This is what I mean when I say I'm resourceful. Like, I don't have to know everything, but knowing where to look is very important because once you figure out where to go, once you figure out what you need to learn, where you need to learn it, then you can apply to jobs. You sell yourself, you get a job, you pee in the cup, you get the job offer, you pee in the cup, you have the job, you work the job, you make money, you learn more skills to get paid more at the new job that you have or at the next job. But so yeah, so you can literally learn. This is interesting too. You can literally learn Salesforce for free, and I did not know that. There's beginner. They have roles, so you can become a business analyst using Salesforce. Business analysis. They've been getting started as a Salesforce business analysis. 2 hours 5 minutes, completely free, right? So we learned through ChatGPT how much the average salary is, 35K. We figured out through Google how much the middle class is 75K. We learned exactly how much the average person makes per hour, right? The average income in America. That's what I asked ChatGPT. She said 35K, that's $16.83 an hour. Most office jobs pay a lot higher than that. We looked up through ChatGPT what skills are needed inside, what skills are needed inside a corporate office position, which will pay higher than that, much higher. Because if you learn all of this stuff, bro, you're definitely making easily $26 an hour, easily. That's if you're a crappy. You could be a crappy negotiator. You could be a crappy negotiator, and you know what? You will still get hired simply because you'll still get hired at that rate because they're not offering anything lower if you have all these skills. So you guys see like how I get down, like how resourceful I am. I could look up on Reddit. I could look up. There's Reddit groups for support. Reddit is great for support. Like even with the beer thing, like I needed to be around people that were also trying to stop drinking. So I was like, hey, let me join this real quick. Even career guidance. I've learned a lot through career guidance. There are a lot of people. This is a group where you get career guidance and people post. There's 3.2 million members, and geez, you can see what questions other people got. Best jobs for introverts. So this is all helpful. This is all helpful. You feel me? So like, why wouldn't you use this? Why wouldn't you ask questions if you needed to know what the best job for an introvert is? Trucking, quality analyst testing jobs. So people are giving their opinion. So like it's not just you. You have multiple people sharing, giving their information, trying to help, trying to get you out the jam. There are some trolls on Reddit, so I'm gonna be real with you. Um, what else? Do Udemy. Now you can also learn stuff on Udemy, right? So let's say you know you needed to learn you needed to learn QuickBooks because it's an accounting software. Let's say that, right? Just as an example, you just got an office job where they use QuickBooks. Now, Udemy is an online platform that I use because I could just buy courses for cheap, dirt cheap courses, and they normally take you from a beginner level all the way to an advanced. And this is a perfect example. This is the crap I be talking about. Now, this is a 4.7 rated online course. It says mastering in bookkeeping and QuickBooks, bookkeeping and accounting. Mastering QuickBooks Online 2024 Comprehensive Guide. So this is $15. This is $11. It's pretty cheap. A lot of these people are professionals in real life. Like this person, Kevin Lee, 4.7 stars, CPA. I'm not sure what a CA is, and is an MBA. So, certified accountant, certified public accounting, and they also have their master's in business and administration. So this shows me right here that this dude that's selling this course is a trusted person. So normally when I see these accolades and I see these ratings, how many people took it, how many people left for a review, and I see a high score, that means that I'm willing to take the risk. Now each course might not be for you, but I very rarely have I been like this is a giant waste of money. Like very rarely. And guys, sometimes you got to invest in yourself if online resources are not enough. When it comes to software, especially specialized software that you have to learn, I find it more productive to go to Udemy. I'm gonna be real with you. If it's not like Microsoft related, like QuickBooks is not Microsoft related and is very specific. And I need to make sure that whoever's teaching me is, they know exactly what they're talking about. And this person's just that. So yeah, so this is just my tactics. This is my strategy. Is how I approach it. Um, and like again, this is Udemy.com. You don't have to use Udemy. It's just that when you pay for something, a lot of times you get a better bang for your buck because it's you're comparing this against free, right? Like when free can only take you so far. Sometimes you got to invest in what's $12, man. I've eaten lunch and spent cheaper, and spent more money. So like this is like not even a hamburger for lunch. Like I'll buy a hamburger, a hamburger lunch so I can learn QuickBooks and put it on my resume so I can apply. So like I'm not saying you have to buy these courses or any specific course. This was an example. I've used courses for IT because I started out in IT. My first corporate job was in IT. I didn't have a degree to do none of these jobs, but people on my jobs have degrees. I just didn't need it to learn it. Like I just don't. I just need the information. And a lot of times, if your resume looks good and if you have history and experience, like people will overlook. Like once you get your first office job, people will overlook the fact that you don't have a degree because you have experience. Now, yeah. So back to ChatGPT. I'm gonna do like one more, just so I can really like further emphasize, like how you can be resourceful and how you can get the ball rolling to apply to the big boy jobs that are paying, right? The jobs that are paying higher than $16 an hour and 83 cents, which is the average income in America. And it just is, bro. Like it just like what are you gonna do? Like a lot of people, not only in the black community, in all communities, everyone's crying about student loan debt. And it's kind of being dangled in front of a lot of people. People are struggling to get ahead, struggling to get jobs. I got a solution, bro. I got a solution. Just learn what they need. Learn what's required for the job as far as the tools, the software, the databases that are required, and apply to the job. Even if you're a little bit underqualified, I would still apply. I got a quick story here for you guys. I got a quick story here for you guys, for anybody that might be like a little discouraged. So, I had with the job I'm at right now. I had lied. I had lied and said that I had a bachelor's degree, right? And so, one second, I'm gonna take a drink. I had lied and said that I had a bachelor's degree, and so they were like gonna go with me. I'd already done the interview. The interview went great. Um, the interview went great. They gave me an offer letter. An offer letter is when like they're gonna hire you on. So they need you to sign a piece of paper that has like how many hours a week you're gonna work, what the time is, what the benefits are, vacation time, if it comes with 401k. It shows all the details of you being hired. And so I gave them a counter offer because I told you guys if you ever get a new job, always ask for more money. So I gave them a counter offer and I asked for like $7,000 more, and so they had agreed to it. And so they sent me a new letter. I signed the letter for more money, and I sent it back. And they were like, "Okay, you're hired." So I was good. And so I had gotten the job, I got hired, and they found out through the background check after I had already signed, after I'd already signed the letter that I didn't have the degree. So she called me and asked me like, "Hey, how come you don't have this degree? What's going on with this? What's the discrepancy?" That's like corporate lingo for like what the F is this. So I told her, I was like, "I learned everything that's required for this job. I'm the man for the job. The interview went great. I'm capable, and I needed to provide for my family." And so she let me keep the job, fam, even though I didn't have a degree and, paperwork was already signed. I'm not saying I'm right for doing this, but I get it by any means when it comes to that paper. And just because it says I'm underqualified, I'm going to try anyway. Because you would be shocked. The people that are qualified are sometimes like not qualified, or they're not hard workers, or sometimes they're just not a people person. So they might not be the best person for the job. A lot of times the person that gets hired is not the best person for the job. It's a person that sold themselves the best. And, sometimes the people with all of the qualifications, all of the degrees, sometimes those people are the ones that sell themselves the best because their degree really does all the talking. But yeah, so yeah, do what you want with that information, right? You can try it, you cannot try it. That's up to you. The way I look at it, I'm like, hey, bro, do you want the money or not? You feel me? Like, do you want the money or not? Like, and some of these jobs are, they're office jobs, bro. You're in a cubicle. You might be on the phone here and there. You doing Excel spreadsheets. It's all the same, bro. You're sending emails. You're using databases to manage either inventory, products, data, or maybe you're trying to sell someone something. Maybe you work in IT and you are repairing some type of equipment. It's all the same, bro. Like, you're working, you're on a computer working, and they're posting these jobs on these job boards. They want you to do the task. They tell you what's going to be done on the task, like what the responsibilities are going to be. A lot of times, most of these responsibilities are taught or trained, right? Because the responsibilities vary from company to company, but the qualifications are normally like an industry standard. And so, if you don't have some of the qualifications, you can learn some of it online. And I'm teaching you guys exactly how. Like, 3 years in customer support, okay. Supply chain support, I don't even know what that is. So it's kind of hard for you to, it's kind of hard for you to learn something that would require you to actually do the job. So this is a toughie. Familiar with ERP systems such as SAP. So, with this, you can literally, if you didn't have SAP on your resume, you can literally ask ChatGPT, how can I learn SAP for a job? Look at that. Boom. SAP Learning Hub. Open SAP. Community forums and blogs. There's a SAP community. You can learn on YouTube. So, the solutions are there, fam. The solutions are there. It's that easy. It's that easy. It just got easier. I used to have to Google stuff and click on websites. ChatGPT literally gives it to you. So I literally just showed you guys, like, literally just showed you guys how you can find a piece of information that's a requirement from your job posting that you want, right? If you lack this qualification or this skill, you can research what SAP is. You can research where you can learn it. It lets you know where you can learn it for free. Well, excuse me, I have to scroll down. It shows you where you can learn SAP for free. Some of these you might have to invest a couple dollars, but like, this is how it's done. And once you have that skill, once you are competent or you're knowledgeable in the skill, you can now apply to the job. Now, when we're talking about inflation and we're talking about middle class, everybody wants to bitch and moan. These are real life solutions that are applicable, that could change your situation if you're making less than if you're making less than the middle class, bro. You making this, or if you making less than this, there ain't nothing wrong with it. You can change it. You feel me? You could change it. How much has inflation went up over the past 2 years? See if ChatGPT can give me something, something. It's real in the field. Geez, yeah, see, that's how you know the feds be into ChatGPT, because they should be able to give me a percentage, and they're really beating around the bush. Let's ask Google. Now, ChatGPT isn't going to be good for everything, as you can see. Sometimes you need to go to Google, because it'll try to how much has inflation went up since 2020? Jesus. Jesus. Holy crap. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I made about 20% more easily since 2020, but yeah, bruh. That's crazy. That's wild, fam. That's wild. All right, so the average inflation rate was about 4% per year. Yeah. So like, I don't know, man. Like, what are you gonna do, fam? Like, this is like real life. How much do you have to make buy a house in America 2023? This is real life, bro. This is my favorite thing to look at right here. This is my favorite. I'm going to show you guys why. So you guys can see. See, I wonder if I can make it a little bit bigger. Pause. No diddy. Can I see the whole map or no? Here we go. So you guys can see like right here, fam. This is where we're at. This is the current. It's the current state of our. It's the current state of our economy. This is a salary requirement in each state. This is how much you're gonna have to make to buy a home. So I don't know what you guys think about this. I think this is absolutely foul. It may seem like a lot, but this is a 30-year mortgage, and it continues to go up even higher every single day. And best believe if you meet this requirement, you're going to be living paycheck to paycheck for a while. You're going to be house poor, and you still have a very high chance of you losing your house because your escrow is going to crush you. I've worked as a mortgage analyst for over 3 years. And one thing that I see is that a lot of homeowners, they start to hurt after about year 10 to 15 because the taxes increase. This property tax increases, the school tax increase, your insurance goes up, especially in the month of Florida. If you live in Florida, you're screwed, bro. Kansas, you're screwed. It's so low in Kansas because your house blows away and turns into popsicle sticks every single year. So it's like, in Alabama, who wants to live in Alabama? So any place is popping, you're going to have to make at least 60. Texas, Arizona, California, Oregon. Oregon ain't even popping. It's just that close to Arizona. Or sorry about that. Oregon isn't even popping all like that. It's just that much closer to California. And everybody wants to move, or everybody moved out of California but wants to stay close. So, they go to Oregon. So, this is real life, bro. This is real. Like, this is real. It's the reality of the situation, because if you look at this map, notice how the average income is lower than all of these states. The requirements for all of these states. So if the average income of the American citizen is at about 35K per year, and if you need, what's the lowest? I think it's Ohio. Ohio, 38. So even in the lowest state at $38,000, you still can't get a house. Like, you still can't. So I don't know. Now, these are just options that I've provided just for office jobs, right? Because everybody wants to work remote in their pajamas. These are just like approaches that I have. I use the big three job boards. I see what the pay is, 68 to 92K. I see what the skills are. If I don't have the skills, I then research on ChatGPT. I reach on Google. ChatGPT gave me a list of places where I can learn it online for free. And then if I can't find good enough resources online for free, because sometimes free can only take you so far. Like no lie, free can only take you so far sometimes. And if it's not taking me that far for free, I go to Udemy and see if they have courses. We just reviewed tons of cheap courses that are available for low cost, for the price of lunch, the price of a few beers. You can learn like some accounting. They also have other categories, like for, let's say you want to learn cybersecurity, because everybody loves cybersecurity, in the tech industry. When the job market for cybersecurity is just absolutely brutal. Let's see, cybersecurity. So let's say you want to learn cybersecurity, right? So you can bear with me. Trying to look for something that's good, guys. Just want to make sure I'm using a good. Want to make sure I'm using a good resource. Bear with me. There we go. Boom. The complete certified in cybersecurity course, the ISC2 2024. What else is another good one? And that's a lot of people that took this. Like, He had 38K students took this, 7,500 people reviewed it, 4.7 star rating. Let's see. Let's say you want to code, you want to become a web developer. Web developers make bank too. So let's see. Average, just like show you, salary of a web dev. Average salary for a web developer is between 50 to 120K. So yeah, that's like 80 bands. Like that's a lot of money. So let's say you wanted to learn how to become a web developer. You can literally become a full stack developer and make that much money. You can learn it, on Udemy. This is a full course, the complete 2024 web development bootcamp. She's selling it for $11.99. And I've actually worked in the tech space and I've learned how to code a little bit. And this is a really good course. And she is wild renowned, and people were talking about this in the Reddit group, right? Because I talked about joining Reddit groups for certain interests and for certain skills, not just for Salesforce, but for coding too. And they did mention that this is a really good course to take. You can see over 1.2 million people took it. The third, three, almost a half a million, 377K reviews. Overall 4.7. That's extremely high, and it's a bestseller. You can see that the seller's a doctor. She's a developer and lead instructor. She's led programming boot camps. She's worked for App Brewery, London App, and both of those companies are huge, by the way, for coding boot camps. But yeah, so like this is just me just showing you guys that you can figure out what type of jobs you want to work based on how much money you want to make or based off your interests, and then you could do research online through Google, through ChatGPT to figure out what you need to learn. And then, or you can go on, Udemy.com. You can spend $11 and she'll break it down for you completely. Now, YouTube is also a great resource. So is just regular Google. This is just what I do. And Reddit is great. Reddit is great for support. Reddit is great for questions. It's great for not feeling alone, and you can learn from other people's questions as well, as far as what you need to learn for a certain job, because other people are trying to get jobs. Other people have gotten interviews. They'll tell you how their interview experience was. It's just a lot of information. It's a lot of sharing. It could help you, in this industry. But yeah, so like the average income of 75K, bro, is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of wild. You even have look at these housing prices, fam. Like the cheapest, you can't even afford the cheapest house on the medium income. So like that just shows where our economy currently is. And people like to, you got Joe Biden talking about, giving away, trying to relieve student loans, and it never goes through, right? But no one gives you the answer that actually works. Like, this is legit an answer that actually works. You need more money, you're going to have to start a business or get a job, right? If the jobs aren't hiring, you're probably doing something wrong. You need to know where to go. I showed you guys where to go. The big three: Glassdoor, Indeed.com, LinkedIn.com. I told you guys to apply on the company website as well. Use Reddit for support and for community outreach. There are a lot of qualified people on Reddit too, and sometimes they do verify that you are who you say you are, as far as accolades academically, and also that you work where you work at. They have mods that check that. ChatGPT is pretty much a freaking AI robot just filled with information, bro. It's like your personal butler. If you need to know something, it can ask you, and then you can get a better clue on, what something even is. Because sometimes on these job postings, you don't even know what some of these things are. You don't know what some of these skills are, and they're not really going to tell you, but ChatGPT will. It'll tell you what it is. It'll tell you where to learn it. Once you learn it, you can add it to your resume to apply to the job that you want. If you're having issues, I showed you guys that Udemy is great. Coursera is great too, but I think Udemy for some reason is just a little bit better. It's just a little bit better. But there is a Coursera Plus membership you can get where you pay a one-time monthly fee, and you don't have to pay for the courses individually if anybody cares. But yeah, man, a lot of game has been given away during this. What else should I tell you guys? Oh, drug tests. Because you got pee in the cup for all these jobs, right? Because that's something that, unfortunately, the middle class community struggles with. So much is the ability to pass a drug screening. Let's see. Let's see what percentage. What percentage of jobs drug tests? 46%. What does this tell you? You're gonna have to pee in a cup. So, where you can get it. There's this thing called Quick Fix, right? Allegedly, I'm not telling you to do this. I would never. This would be unethical. You know, this is a make believe. If I had to pretend, to pass a drug test, I wouldn't go to this website. This website would be terrible. Now I wouldn't get the 4 ounce one because the 3 ounce, or I wouldn't get the 2 ounce one. I would get the 3 ounce one. I wouldn't. I would make sure of that if I were to do it. Wink, wink. But pretty much all it is, bro, is just like it's like synthetic. Synthetic. You know what? You guys know what's in this bottle. It's a synthetic. It doesn't have a smell. It tests like it is the actual thing. It tests like it's normal. Like it's normal. You know what? Oh, this thing scared the crap out of me. Yeah. So this stuff tests like it's normal. You know what? And yeah, you put it in the microwave for a few seconds. There's a strip on here. Try to zoom in for you guys. There's a temperature strip on this thing, so you can tell how hot it is. Because when you pee in the cup, you got to realize like it has to be at a certain temperature. If it's not in between the temperature, then it's going to fail as a test. So you got to make sure it's not too hot. They give you a heating pack on this thing. So all you got to do is heat it up. You attach a rubber band around the heating pack, and then you just put it in your boxers, put it in your pant leg, put it wherever you got to put it, and you just dump it into the sample. And yeah, as long as it's not too hot or not too cold, they take it, they test it, it passes. And I'm definitely not 5-0 on tests. That would be terrible. And this definitely is not the website, because this doesn't work, and I would never tell you to do that, and I didn't tell you to do it. Anyway, moving on. So I taught you guys, my approach, where I go, how I learn, where I learn, how I don't pass tests of that kind or of any other kind because I don't participate in that activity. And yeah, man, it's what we got going on, bro. This is my solution to just making extra income. One thing that I want to make this clear: LinkedIn is the best, and then for Indeed.com, that's the best for trades and for construction jobs and things of that nature, where you have to like actually, it's like blue collar work. You guys know what blue collar work is, but yeah, bro. Hopefully you guys hit the like button and comment and sub to support content like this. This is my strategy on, it's just my strategy on how to get a better paying job, how to get above, above the average income of America, of it being 35K. A lot of these jobs, as you guys can see, a lot of these jobs pay pretty good, $40 to $50 an hour. If you want to make more, that's way more than 35,000 a year. I'll tell you that. But you got to learn. In order for you to get something different, you've got to do something different. You have to learn a new skill. You have to start applying places that you feel unqualified for or nervous about. You just got to do the damn thing. It's going to take a lot of no's, but you only need one yes. I can't stress that enough. But hopefully you guys enjoyed my vlog. We were just talking about web developers. Junior's web developer, 1 year experience, and it's remote. Entry level, full time. Come on, baby, $62,000 to $72,000 a year, which is above the average income. So, guys, this is my solution, right? I could talk about the problem all day till I'm blue in the face, which would be pretty funny because I'm a black man. But like, your boy got the answers. How, Sway? How? But yeah, hit the like button. Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful week. You guys take it easy. I'm out. Peace.